Hello everyone, welcome to another video tutorial by colorstack.net by Slidescope. In this part, we are learning Power BI for social media analytics and particularly understanding your target audience. So social media data is analyzed to uncover valuable insight about your audience, and this video demonstrates how Power BI can be used to create interactive dashboards that visualize these insights, allowing for a deeper understanding of your customer base. Here we have a simple dashboard which have interactive filters like gender, hobby of user, profession of user, and country of user. So you can apply all these filters to actually select this data. Let us clear all of them. So this way you will be able to see and visualize how your content is performing across different demographics, and this type of chart will also help you in making decisions about your marketing and analyzing and evaluating performance of your marketing campaigns. So how to extract the data, how to connect with Power BI, create these visuals, add these images, everything we will discuss in this part. Let's get it started. So the data set that we are going to use in this project is this social media analysis data, and this data has user ID, country of the user, user's gender, age, number of likes made by this user on content of this particular company for past 5 years. So this data is of past 5 years, and we have selected 200 most active members. So you can see, so these 200 most active members are selected and on the basis of their data, how many likes have they given to our content that we have posted throughout the years, their comments, number of comments they made, number of social shares they done, like whenever they have shared our post in a group or on their wall or some other profile, what is their profession, what is their hobby, how many 3-second video views have they done, and how many 1 minute video views have they done. So this is like a dummy data which will help you in understanding how different type of social medias will give you data. So if the data is given at user ID level, it will look something like this. If the data is given at date level, so in date level you will get date, number of likes, number of comments, shares, etc. So for different levels, you will see different type of data which we are going to cover in other videos. Here we will consider we have these columns here, and in these columns we have to create a simple analysis report. So let's get started with it. To analyze the data, we will simply open Power BI desktop, and since the file is given in CSV, so we will click on get data and click on text CSV connector, and we will simply connect the file and make sure that everything that we are seeing here is appearing properly without any column mismatch. We will simply load the data, and in this data we are doing social media analysis, so we will simply rename the or name the heading as social media analytics understanding your audience. So we will open our canvas here, and in the canvas we will simply click on text box and paste the text that we created, and we will simply make the text bold. Select any type of font. Let's say we are selecting this font, later we are just going to change everything, and then we will align it to center, and we will simply increase the font size to around 32. So whatever is your preferred color, whatever is your preferred theme, you can select here. And whenever we are decorating the text, we can go inside effect option and enable some shadow. If you want, you can enable border, but that's not necessary, but shadow does the trick here. So this is social media analytics understanding your audience. You can always do one more thing, like for example, if we shift the heading a little bit on one side and try to reduce its size a little bit, we can include some icons in our analysis always. And let's say we will just put a space here. Here we will add one icon and here we will add our branding. So to do that, we can simply go insert and click image. First, we will add one icon here of our institute logo, and this particular space we will use for filters. This particular left hand side sidebar we will use for filters. In here we are going to insert some social media analysis related image. So we have this image which I have generated using Canva, and you can use your favorite source to get these images. So now we have this simple headings and images ready. What we can do, we can also click on shapes and add a shape here. If you want to add a rounded shape to give a better kind of visual effect, you can also do that. And this rounded shape will be added on left hand side. We still have the space here, which we can leave a little bit of space from left hand side, where we can select a very light color. If you want, you can see in the shape style you have border. You can disable the border if you want, and you can see the image is hiding behind this shape. So you can click the shape, go to format and select send backward here. If it is not done, we have to do it one more side, or just select send to back. This way the image will be available on top. You can see this image is giving a weird look because it has a white background, but our selected image has a darker background. So for that you can use a service like remove PG to remove the background image. So we have once again created an image using remove PG, and you will see when you will add an image with transparent background, then you can adjust it over any space, shape, anywhere, and it will appear properly. So now this is done. Next is we will create some KPIs. Whenever you have data, so in your data you will have multiple numerical continuous values, and you will have some numerical discrete values, and you will have some categorical values. For example, country, gender, categorical value, profession, hobby, categorical value. Other metrics like age, like, comments, shares, 3-second video views, 1 minute video views by users, these are numerical values. So in total, from these 200 users from uh, collected data from 5 different years, how many total likes, comments and shares have we got, right? So the our analyst might want to know that, our management team or other team members might want to know that. So for that, we will simply create some cards here. These cards simply work as KPIs or key performance indicators, and we will put them here. So in the first key performance indicator, we will see from social media how many likes have we got. Okay, and it is going to show sum of likes. So sum of likes is a fairly decent title, but if you want to enable your own title, you can disable it and enable your own title, and you can write total likes, and you can see it is appearing on left hand side. What I do is I align it to center, which I have done in many of the videos. Sometimes we align it elsewhere, and here we will select a color, and here we have selected this and visual callout value, and 35 is the size that we will select. Remember, later regarding colors, I will show you a simple trick that has done really well for me in past. Uh, but that is something that we are going to do later. But since you have something in your mind, you can apply those kind of colors to them from in format visual, like for call out value. Let's say we want to select this color. Okay, just whatever you want. And this is a card. So if you will go in their general setting effect, you can enable some shadow here. So this will give us total likes, and obviously because it's a like, so you can include like icon, share icon. Those type of icons are also something that you can add to make your visual report more interesting. So we have one like icon. We will simply go insert the image once again, and here is our like icon. We can resize this icon because we want to use it here. Okay. So this is showing us total likes, and similarly we can also show total shares, total views, etc. Now once we have added this icon, you can see this number here, which is representing total number of likes on this card, is appearing always in center. We can go to general tab. Here we have properties. Here we have padding. Let's try to increase its padding from side. So from left hand side we can add a maximum of 20 pixel padding here. Okay, so that way we can add some space, and this is our total likes. And now since we have that space almost ready, we will copy entire thing and then add it here. And here we are going to select sum of shares, which will show us total number of shares. And here the title that we are going to give is total shares. Okay, and this icon represent likes. Let's bring share icon, and I am creating all these icons from Canva. Now in the similar color we have share icon. You can choose icons from any other favorite site like Icon Finder, etc. also. That is your choice. Or you can also use tools like ChatGPT to generate these type of icons. So now we have total likes, total shares. Similarly, we have added one icon for total comments. So in the card, we will simply replace it by total comments. Remember, if you want to see average comment by a user, you can use the average field, minimum, maximum. Minimum comment by user of 5, maximum user has commented is 997. Very engaging user. So these things also you can do, but here we are just going to keep total comments like this. So these are total shares, total likes, shares, and total comments. So every time, because this is a repetitive work, so you can very quickly do it. And yes, yeah. And similarly the other important uh, numerical values for us are 3-second video views and 1-minute video views. So let's create two more copies of it. This will be 3-second video views, and this will be 1-second video, 1-minute video views. So in different type of platforms like Facebook, Twitter, these metrics, some of these metrics are present, particularly in Instagram and Facebook. When you will download their reports, you will see these metrics: 3-second video views and 1-second video, 1-minute video views, which gives you an indication uh, of how your video posts are performing. And most of the times you will also see type of post wise engagement also. So in a report that can be that thing can also be there, like what type of post was it? Was it a static image? Was it a text post? Was it a video post? So on the basis of that you can also segment your analysis. So for video views we have images here. So first we will add 3-second video views. 3S with view. We will just write the title in small here. 3-second video views, and for this let's use this icon. Choice of icon is actually depend, or choice of icon totally depends upon many things like brand guideline, color, etc. depend upon that, and also sometimes what that particular element is saying, and here we will add 1 minute video views. So here we will change the title as 1 minute video view. Now let's resize it as, if you want to resize something, you can also go to general, and in properties you can put width and height manually here also if you want to obtain a particular size. For example, if I want to obtain width as 65, I will just do it. For example, let's click on this. This has a property of 61, 69. So here also you can do the same. Now we have our reports ready almost, like total likes, total shares, etc. We have. When you are working, don't forget to save your reports, otherwise we may lose our work. So just press Ctrl S and save it somewhere. Now after approaching this first thing, the second thing is to see combination. So combination will be, for example, gender wise likes, gender wise comments, something like that, right? So let's say you want to see gender wise likes, comment and shares. Okay, so what will be the best way to do it? Or this time I'm just showing you hobby wise. For gender wise, we'll keep a donut chart with less number of metrics in them. So drag a clustered column chart from here. Okay, and in your clustered column chart, make its width twice the width of your two cards here. And once we have done that, we will simply click on any one of these cards, go to Home tab, Format Painter, and apply the formatting so that it copies the same styling. In x-axis on the clustered column chart, we will drag user hobby. So these users have different hobbies, right? Someone likes painting, cooking, cycling. So what we did, we selected their most important hobby or most favorite hobby, which we put here, so that we can see what type of audience is actually liking or consuming our content. Although it's a generated data, but that's how you can do. So in many of these reports, you will also see user interests. So from there, you can get the hobbies. And now we will add on y-axis, we will add one of them. For example, total likes, total shares. Let's say we want to see these two, likes and shares. So we will write likes, shares. And this way, it will simply convert your data into a clustered column chart, right? In clustered column chart, you will see sum of likes is, for hobby is 59735, for traveling is this. Obviously, number of shares will always be less than total number of likes, because shares is requires a lot of time other than this. But here you can see people who like traveling, they have given us most number of likes. And uh, when it comes to share, you can see people who love cycling, they have given us most number of shares. Okay, so this way we can see what type of content have we posted to gain these many likes and shares. Now here we have these colors available for our bars, and you can also display some data. So always click on format your visual, and in your format your visual part, so what you can do, you can click on format your visual, then you will see a lot of settings. From here you can see the column settings. In column settings, if all is given, then you will not be able to make the individual columns, select different color for the individual columns. But if you will select one of them, for example, for sum of likes, let's say we want to select this color, or if you want to select this particular color, whatever color you prefer, you can select from here. So for example, this color, or maybe this color. Okay, and similarly for the second shares, okay, we can select, for example, this one, or maybe another. like this. So this just to align with what theme we are going with. And next we will simply click here and just make another copy of it, because in this categorical field we have around 8 or 9 different hobbies, and so it shows us the data. So that's how you can see 2 or 3 different elements. For example, you also want to see like, share and comments, so you can also bring comments over here. Okay, and this way you will be able to see like, shares and comments. Obviously the title has become very big, so we can simply go and just make the title small. So we can simply write sum of likes, shares and comments by hobby. So this will show you 3 different metrics. Why we have selected them? Because these 3 metrics are mostly used together to understand how our content is performing, right? For example, you can see in cycling we have most number of comments and shares also. So, and by default it will be arranged by the first value. Let's say if I position it here comment, so now you will see the arrangement is on the basis of comments, etc., right? So this way you can always do that, and you can rearrange them. This is sum of like, shares and comment by hobby. Similarly, if you want to see total 3-second video views, 1 minute video views by hobby, so you can also do that. Similarly, see, I am just teaching you. If it is an actual report, I will create a lot of similar looking objects. But we can also select a stack column chart where the different values are stacked on top of each other. So what we will do, we will drag 1 minute video view and 3 second video view, and we will stack them together by profession, right? So this will show us, obviously, title, let's say video views, video views by profession. So we will simply write like this. Okay, and this is 1 minute video view, and this is 3 second video view, and here we will write, rename it as total. Okay, total 1 minute video view, and here we will rename it as total 3 second video view. So this way when you will rename your element, it will also reflect here. And here we will simply go here, and in columns we will select, let's say for 1 minute video view, again we are going to select the similar kind of colors, and for 3 second video view we will select this color. Obviously you can go with other themes, but this is how you can, this is the main difference between a stacked column and a clustered column chart. Now in a stacked and clustered column chart, there is one more thing that you can do, that is line and stacked column chart. If I select this and change it to line and stacked column chart, you will not see any difference here, but it will add one more element to our chart, which is line y-axis. Let's say on the line y-axis we want to see any other numerical value, for continuous numerical value like likes. Okay, so what we can do, we can simply drag likes. So this orange line here represents sum of likes. So this way you can bring 2 or 3 different metrics together. Obviously sum of likes has a different unit than views, so that's why we are just using it like a line chart here. So we mostly do it, let's say you want to show profit and sales. So profit and sales can be shown as clustered value, but if you want to show profit, sales and quantity sold, so quantity sold is a unit which is a categorical field, which is a just a discrete value. So that is something that you can add as a line. So different type of combinations can be tried here. Now let's say we want to see gender wise likes, okay, or shares or whatever. So just for writing, we will add a chart here. This chart is donut chart. Same effect can be achieved using pie chart. So by adding a donut chart here, in the legend means whatever you want to show as a color. Like these are legends, these are legends. If you want to disable them, you can select that particular chart, go into setting and disable the legend. Right? So these are important thing. So in your legend, you will just add something that is categorical value. So gender. So we have three gender here: female, male, and non-binary. And for them, how many likes have we achieved? So percentage wise it will show you. First let's select them and copy formatting, so you can see it is being displayed here. Here we can select legend. Here legend is very important because what color represents what gender is there in our chart. Here we will show bottom center as position, so you will be able to see that. Or you can do one more thing, that in your detail labels, position to prefer, let's say you want to prefer outside, value size is very high, so let's say value size is 9. So then you will be able to see the value, and it is showing you outside, right? And it is showing what value do you want to show. So I will say I want to show category and percentage total. Okay, so you can see like achieved by different type of genders that we have. So here we will simply choose a darker color and make it bold, so that we can see these values. And some of these values we will choose according, some of these colors we will choose according to our theme. So we can go to slices, we'll choose this color, or male, let's say this color, or non-binary, let's say this color. So this is something that you can do as per your brand guidelines or global guidelines, whatever you can follow. But this is our data. We can align it here, so that in the second row we have better alignment. And now we have created some of like, shares, comment by hobby, video views by profession, and some of like by gender. Next, we have an important column here called age group, age. But the age that we can see here, let's see. So minimum value is 13 and maximum value is 65. Some social media restrict the data from 18 to 65. Some of them have from 16 to 65, etc. So whatever that social media is giving you, on the basis of that, you can create data. To create age group data, we still have to use the bar chart, and I will not do a lot of styling once more. So I will simply copy it. So here I will add age to x-axis, and we have user ID. User ID is unique. We know there are 200 people. So, and age group starts from 13 and goes up to, I forgot, goes up to 65. Okay, so from 13 to 65 is the range of age. So in every range of age, how many people do we have? That is how we create a histogram or distribution of users, distribution of age of users. So here when you will see a data like this. Now because in here mostly the age bin size, we have not selected any age bin size, so it will mostly be one, like 1 year, 1 year. So what we can do, we can click on these three dots and create a new group. So we can create age bin. This is the most common practice when we are analyzing age on social media. When we see, they mostly see show data like 18 to 24, 24 to 30, something like that. So let's say we will say bin, make the bin size as 6. When you will click OK, so now new age bin is created. Let's see other settings there. I added it quickly. So here when you will add bin size as 6, so that means we are saying that we are doing with size of bins, but we can also do it with number of bins. Okay, So let's say we want to create 9 bins or 8 bins. That means currently we have so many bins here, right? Now we will have only 8 bins, 8 groups. So we'll be able to analyze it in a better way. So instead of age, we will just drag age bins, and now you can see. This will give us a better indication that people in the age group of 56 to 63, they are we have 32 people. Okay, in the age group of uh, this is 13 to 19, I will say 13 to 18, there are 19 people, and so on. How can we tell that? Because minimum is 13 and bin size is 6.5. So this will first group will be 13 to 19.5, then 19.5 to further, and so on. This way you can create. So now it is distributed, and let's say we want to see gender wise distribution here. So in legend we can add this, right? If you want to see hobby wise distribution here, so you can add something like this. We will also select a stack chart, so you can show it like this. So these, now we can bring these other metrics in. So this is simple distribution of age group, and we will, there no need to add anything else here right now. And we will, one thing I will do is I will just go to column and choose a color that we have selected, here, and I will just rename this title as distribution of age of users. So this is distribution of age of users, and in if any in every age group you want to analyze gender distribution, you can put it like this. We don't have count of values, so we can go here and enable data labels to see count of values. Data label is not visible, so we can go here to data label value and select a color that will be visible. So obviously we have this. Obviously now we have the colors here. So in columns we have colors, so we'll select again. For female, here we selected this blue color, we'll keep it like that. We select this. For male we selected this purple color, and for non-binary we selected this red kind of color. So this way we can make it all same. So right now we have created most of the metrics that we could create. Obviously there are a lot of other things that we have to do, but before that I want to show you how to create filters. So we will simply select a slicer here, and the position of this slicer will be on left hand side. So here we will position the slicer, and in the slicer we can add a categorical field or a numerical field, anything you can add. Numerical fields will start will be shown as a range of value, because it has a big range, and a categorical field can be shown as a button or a drop down. Let me show you. For example, let's say we want to add gender as a filter here. So you will just add this to field. Here this is slicer header. Over here this is slicer header. So we will disable the header. We will go to general, title, and write gender. Okay. Here we will align it to center, make it bold, and select a color. For example, we can select this color and just increase its size a little bit. Now after selecting this, these are the values. So we can go to visual, and here in values we can increase their size a little bit and select some color for them and make them bold. So for example, let's make them bold. Okay, this way we can show render, and we can also introduce some transparency to it. So we can go to effect and add a transparency level. Okay. So this way we can add a filter. It is showing gender. We have different type of options here, like in title, background. If you want to show different background to title, let's say we want to show this background to title, you can select that. That's totally up to you, but we will we can keep it like this as well. So what it does is, when we'll click on our chart, it will you know filter everything. So it is an interactive thing using which we can understand how female visitors, male visitors, and non-binary visitors are consuming our content, and what is their preference in liking, and these type of things can be analyzed. I'm just aligning these boundaries. So this is important. Similarly, we can select this one more time, and we can make a copy of it. And while making a copy, this time we will bring hobby. So in hobby, we have more values like, you know, cycling, painting, etc. So you can see it is going to be a long list. So when the list is so long, what we can do, we can go to slicer setting and show it as a drop down. Okay, so we can simply show it as a drop down, and from here you can show. In the drop down, you can see we don't have select all, so you can go to slicer setting and selection, and from here you can select all, like a tongue twister, select all. Now when you will select all, obviously all data just for cooking, so from here you can select, right? So these type of things can be there. And now just change the title. Title will be hobby, so we will just name it as hobby. And let's copy it one more time, and this time we will add profession as a filter as well. So we will add profession as a filter and change the title to profession. In a similar way, you can add more values here. Now we have one of the most important field here for demographic data, that is country. So all these are demographic information, but country is very much important. So we will add a field map here. Since we have some space here, we will consume twice the space. And in the field map, in location, we will obviously add country. So it will show us the map of world, and here you can see all the countries that we have in the data set are now highlighted with a color, that is a theme color, and we have legend, etc. Now what do you want to show in this map? Okay, obviously at one time we can show one value. I have also explained you how to create a dynamic measure, a measure that you can give as a filter. For example, if you want to show likes, show like, it will start showing likes. If you want to show comments, it will start showing comments. So I will leave a link to that video. Just type dynamic measure on our channel. But here, let's say likes is most important parameter for us, or whatever is the most important parameter for you. You can select it, add it in a tooltip. That will not do anything, okay? But why have we done that? And how can we see in which country do we have more likes, in which country do we have less likes? Obviously, one such way of doing that will be to create a chart like this, because here you can show that easily. Let me show you. So let's say we select a pie chart, and in the pie chart, in legend we add country, and in values we select likes. So this way you can show. There are a lot of ways of doing this way. You can also show it via ribbon chart. You can also show it via cluster chart. So here you will be able to see, right, the value. But the thing is, here we are trying to show it in a map chart. So in map chart, in order to show color as a gradient, less value lighter color, darker value, that means higher value means a darker color. So we will select this, and first of all let's copy the styling. So this is showing sum of shares by country, so we will, which is correct, so we'll just call it total shares by country, and we will go to general tab and visual, and in fill color we will create a gradient. So here we will add a gradient. Instead of count of country, we will check by sum of shares, because we want to show by sum of shares. Lowest value is lighter color, highest value blue color, darkest of blue color. Let's add a middle color. Let's add this color as middle color, like countries that are falling in the middle range. Okay, click OK, because here you can see from France we have 13% of visitors. From Australia we have 15% of visitors, and so on. South Africa 11.19, 10.95. So you can see, and now you will be able to see color wise distribution, right? Australia becomes dark blue, India light blue, and on. And obviously if you want to give different colors, so you can always go select whatever best color for you will be. Let's say we start with a darker color and go with further dark color, so that way you'll be able to see those values at least. Okay, it adds some transparency to it, but this is how it is going to show you data. So you can use different type of metrics here, but this is a simple chart representing total shares by country. And in your, when you will hover it, you will see country and sum of shares. So here in your chart you have other things, like in tool tips you have sum of shares. Let's say, what if we add likes? So now you will see likes and shares both. What if you add 3-second views? So whatever you want to add, you can add here, and by whatever field you want to apply these colors, you can apply that. Okay, so this is a simple thing that you can do, and that's why you can select the profession, because we still have some space here, an important value here to add as a filter, that is country. You want to see country wise performance, so we will add country here, and here we'll just drag the country to field. So we have country all, Australia, etc. Let's say I select Australia, so you will see your graph getting focused around Australia. We have India, Japan, and Australia nearby each other, so we can select them obviously in the world map, and whatever you want to select here. Okay? So this way you have a simple chart representing your social media analysis. So this is our chart. Let me take a simple screenshot of it. So you can take a screenshot. I am taking because I want to use it later in thumbnails, etc. But I will tell you later why I'm doing it. Now we have taken the screenshot. We have saved the report here. In view, you can go here and select a different theme that will give your graph entirely different look and feel. Let's select this, right? You can see, and sometimes it looks better, to be honest. So whatever you want to show, you can select from here. I will just make it bold. So so I have just made it bold, and this is another way you can represent your chart. So whatever is your preferred way of displaying the data, you can select that and show it to your colleagues, show it to your team, and then obviously you can publish the report and publish it to your team so that they can visualize the data. So this was a simple tutorial explaining social media analytics. I hope you like the tutorial. Please subscribe to our channel, because we post stuff like this daily on our channel that will help you in understanding a lot of major topics. Thanks once again. Have a nice day.